Hi everyone, I'm Mike Ball, and today's The Face of Battle. It's Inside the Rulebook, Episode 5, The Fire Lane. This video is a continuation of episode number 4. We're going to look at the fire lane firing mode. A fire lane is a continuous stream of fire from a machine gun into the beaten zone. The beaten zone must be oriented in the direction of the attack. It may not be turned sideways like this. A player must announce that they are doing a fire lane on their action versus, say, a bursting fire. A fire lane cannot be initiated from a bow or coaxial machine gun of a vehicle. It can, though, be used by any exposed machine gun from a stopped vehicle, such as the anti-aircraft gun on top of a tank or a light machine gun on the back of a half-track. Here we have a very simple example of firearm combat. We have a Russian squad over here advancing toward the German position. At this location here, we have an MG-34 team set up, waiting for that Russian squad to attack. So let's see what happens. On the German side, we have H7, which is the MG-34 machine gunner, H8, which is the loader, and our team NCO L9. Over here on the Russian side, we have D3, D5, D6, D11, and D4 all prepared to attack that MG-34 team. For today's example, let's assume all the combat value, task value, and morale values for each soldier is 7. The first card is drawn. Flip. On the Russian side, they have a vehicle movement card. So way off in the corner here is like a T-34 moving up to help them out. On the German side, we have H7, the MG-34 machine gunner's card. He's going to open up a fire lane on this group over here. So he can put his beaten zone pretty much anywhere he wants along here. He's going to put it here to cover these 3 soldiers like that. He then's going to put a fire lane counter down, indicating that he has opened up a fire lane along this path right here. That's very important for units trying to cross that fire lane. So because these units become under a fire lane, they must take a courage check immediately. That's before any combat is resolved. He passes. He passes. D11 fails. He becomes shaken. Now let's resolve the combat. First against D5. It's -2 because he's moving. It's +2 because he's in short range to the machine gun. It's +2 because he's in a fire lane. His chance to hit him is a 9. He hits him. Consulting the non-cover table, he's going to subtract 1 because it's a machine gun. He rolls a 5. It's reduced to a 4. He's wounded. Put a wound counter on him. So he's wounded. So let's resolve against D6 over here. He is also moving, so it's -2. He also gets partial cover because of the hedge. He's not right against the hedge, but he's moving towards it. So that's another -2. +2 for short range, +2 for fire lane. So the base chance is 7. He's also hit. Now looking at the soft table here, he rolls an 8, reduced to a 7. That's a morale -6. So he has a 1 or less chance to pass his morale. And he doesn't, and he also becomes shaken. Now let's resolve combat against D11. He's against the wall, so he gets good cover, -4. +2 for short range, +2 for fire lane is a 7. He misses. It's important to note that any one of these 3 units may have gone prone or out of sight due to being attacked in a firearm combat. Next card. H8. That's the machine gun loader, so he's just busy doing that. D6. D6 is going to exit the fire lane here. That's a free attack on him from H7. It still gets the -2 modifier for the partial cover, +2 for short range, and +2 for the fire lane. He does not get the -2 moving modifier. That is a ×2 in the rulebook. That's a piece of errata. It actually says -2 modifier does not apply, but the die roll is tripled. So the base chance is 9. Let's roll the dice. He rolls a 5. Triple to 15, that's a miss. He's going to exit the fire lane and go this way. Next card. Vehicle movement. So some way over here, there's some Panther tykes trying to come up and attack. D3. D3 is right here. What D3 is going to do is kind of run out and close assault that machine gun nest. Very brave. The first thing D3 must do, though, is make a courage check to cross into the fire lane. Let's see if he does that. He rolls a 3. He can move out into the fire lane. So D3 enters the fire lane. H7 gets a free attack on him. It's +2 for short range, +2 for the fire lane. There is no -2 moving modifier. The die roll is doubled though. He rolls a 5, double to a 10, and that's a hit. Consult in the open column with a -1 modifier. He rolls a 2, which is a wound ×3, so he's killed in action. Very brave, but probably not the smartest thing to do to cross in front of a machine gun. Flip. Buffer card, so no actions for the Germans. D11, that's this guy back here. He's going to engage that machine gunner with his rifle. He's in short range, which is +2, but he's in good cover because he's right up against his wall. So that's -4. His base chance is 5. He's going to double his die roll though for the shaken result, and also ×2 because he's under a fire lane. He rolls a 3, which is doubled to 6 because he's shaken, and doubled to 12 because of the fire lane. It's a miss. Flip. It's D3. This soldier. That now just becomes a buffer card, and remember, leave these cards in the deck. L9 leadership card. He's definitely within the zone of control, and he has authority over his machine gun team. He's going to give an action to H7 to continue his fire lane. H7 though is going to walk his fire lane back towards this way. He's going to lift the machine gun up a little bit. He's then going to get D11 and now D4. D4 must make a courage check because he's now under a fire lane. He passes. We're going to move the fire lane marker up to here, just so we know that the fire lane is still continuing down this road, but now up a little further. D11's combat, +2 for short range, +2 for the fire lane, -4 for the good cover. He's hit. Now roll for damage. Rolls a 6, becomes a 5. It's a morale check -1. He fails his morale check. He's now become pinned, and because he's pinned, he'll drop out of sight behind this wall. Let's do damage on D4 back here. He's away from the wall, so he'll only get -2 for partial coverage, +2 for the fire lane, and +2 for short range. He's hit. Now let's roll for damage. Rolls a 1. On the hard terrain type, it becomes a 0, and it's a wound ×2. He's incapacitated. He also goes prone, out of sight. Next card. D4. D4 is incapacitated. He can't do anything. H7, that's our machine gunner again. What he's going to do, he's going to actually walk that fire beaten zone back to here so he can get this guy. So he's going to move it back to here and get him. Rolling the hit. So rolling a 10, that's a malfunction. He's going to roll 2d6 and consult the malfunction table and see what happens to his machine gun. He rolls a 9. That's a reload. That immediately ceases the fire lane, and we're going to put a reload counter on there. We're going to put a reload counter on H7. I'm going to remove the fire lane counter. As you can see, this has been very devastating for the Russian forces, coming directly into a machine gun's fire lane. It does take one complete action to stop a fire lane, and no combat is resolved during that action. A fire lane also may stop due to a malfunction, in this case the reload, or a jam or a breakdown, or if the gunner becomes incapacitated or killed. So that's it for the fire lane. Love to know your comments. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe.